Hi, and welcome to our presentation today. We are from Fort Hays State University in Hays, Kansas, and we thank you for taking time to learn a little bit more about our university and our community. I am Karen McCullough, and I work in the International Student Services Office here on campus at Fort Hays State.
Hi everybody, this is Grace Joe. I'm working at Center for Teaching Excellence and Learning Technologies. I'm the instructional designer over there, and I used to be a Fort Hays student, graduate student, also students. I received a bachelor degree when I was in China. I was a virtual student as well.
Hi, I'm Sunjin Na, and I'm from South Korea, and I'm English major, an undergraduate student, and I've been here for 5 years. So yeah.
Right, thank you, ladies. So we want to help you get familiar with Fort Hays a little bit this morning. We will talk about being admitted to the university. We'll also talk about some of the different housing that we have on campus available for students. We'll talk about some of the academic programs that we have. We will give you a little bit of information about academic classes and what you can expect in the classroom here at Fort Hays, because it may be different than what you're used to back in your home countries. And then we will talk about some of the community outreach that we have here in our city of Hays. So again, Fort Hays State University is a four-year university. We are located in the state of Kansas, and our town Hays is about halfway between the cities of Denver, Colorado, and Kansas City. So if you're looking for us on a map, you can look in Kansas and look in the center, and you will find Hays. Many students fly from Denver, Colorado to Hays, Kansas. Either there's a airline service you can take into Hays, or you can drive. Our university, when students are arriving in August, will provide transportation from Denver to Hays for you. So we will get information to students when they're being admitted about all of those details. To be admitted to our university, you can be admitted as an ESL student if you would like to come and work on your English language. In a few minutes, we will be joined by Mr. Mehran Shahidi, who is the director of the ESL program, and he will give you more information about studying English at Fort Hays State and give you information about his program. But it is possible to come to Fort Hays and study your English or get better at that before you begin your academic classes. You can also be admitted as an undergraduate student or a graduate student. So those are the different ways to be admitted to Fort Hays. Our admission deadlines for undergraduate students are June 1st and October 15th. And those would be the same for graduate students. And then ESL has some other English deadlines that we'll let Mr. Shahidi talk about. He's actually here and joining us now. So we'll let him get settled before he talks to us about his program. We do have a website that we would encourage you to visit. It's www.fhsu.edu, and on our website you can get all of the details about how to apply to the university. We will also, when you apply and fill out your application, we will ask for a $50 application fee. We will need a certified financial statement showing that you have funds to study in the United States. We'll need your official transcript from high school, or if you've taken classes in your home country. And we will also then ask if you've taken any language tests and ask for those scores at that time. Many students ask if we have scholarship to attend Fort Hays State University, and there are some scholarship opportunities that are available. Many of the departments here on campus offer scholarships for their students. So if you're thinking about studying business, there are some business scholarships that you can apply for. Once you're here at Fort Hays, there are also a couple international scholarships. One for graduate students that we might have Grace talk about, as I believe she received that when she was an undergraduate or a graduate student here at Fort Hays. But there are some scholarship opportunities.
This is Grace again, and when I was a graduate student here at Fort Hays, and first year of class, I remember and I applied for the Rotary International Scholarship, and I am an incoming student, international student. So what I did is when I received the newsletter from the International Student Office, then I found this piece of news. I was very excited because I really need a financial, support for completing my degree for the next year. Then I prepared my application, and the application process is very, very easy, and with the guidance from the International Student Office. So, and then I had an interview with the kind of a search committee, and they asked me about where I'm from and my story, my personal stories, and my skill sets, so type of thing. So I think most important is people skills, and also the interactions with people, and how you can commit yourself into this Hays society, Hays community, and to work with people and to bring your experience to this community. So I had a really good experience to interact with people, and also very excellent experience and knowing more people.
Great, thank you, Grace. You're welcome. Another question that we frequently get from students who are interested in studying at Fort Hays is in regards to housing. We do have housing that is available for students to live on campus. We offer traditional American dormitory style housing here on campus, and then we also have apartments that are on campus where you can cook in the apartments, and many international students choose to live in the on-campus apartments. It is convenient because you can walk to classes, and you don't need to have a car or to drive around the city if you live on campus. We do offer some transportation to help students get throughout the city of Hays if they do not have a car or a driver's license. We offer Tiger Transport, which runs throughout the city of Hays 3 days a week, and it takes students to the mall and to Walmart to help them buy supplies and some food and some things that they might need to be a student here at Fort Hays. So we would like to welcome Mr. Mehran Shahidi to our presentation.
Thank
Please
you.
introduce yourself, Mehran.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I don't know where you are, but wherever you are, it's my pleasure to talk to you and introduce our program. And already Karen talked about the beautiful campus at Fort Hays State University. English as a second language program at Fort Hays started back in 2007, and we started with 2 students. Now we have about this year about 150 students on campus, and we are doing some testing outside of the United States as well. This program has got 5 levels of proficiency. We start with the lowest level, which is the elementary level. We call it A1, and goes all the way to C1, that is made for advanced students. We have got A1, A2, B1, B2, and C1 the same way that is done in Europe, framework that is done in Europe and some of the countries in that part of the country. That part of the world, sorry. In this program, we try to bring students up to a level of proficiency that they can comprehend different skills, all the way from the mother of the language, which is the vocabulary, and the father of the language, which is the grammar. And we bring about the other skills all the way from listening, speaking, reading, and writing as the children of this wonderful language. Any language has got these aspects that students should comprehend and work with. This program, we have 5 sessions in a year. Each session takes 8 weeks. We are about to start the fourth 8 weeks in March, and we have one summer session as well. The scheduling of the sessions are online. If you are more wonderful, competent students in using these IT systems and computer and all those things. So you can go online, www.fhsu.edu/ESL. You can see all the sessions and introduction about the program in that website. Nevertheless, I'd like to mention the dates that is online. If you're coming this summer, you've got to be sending your application before April the 1st. So that's application deadline, and classes start on June the 2nd. June the 2nd, classes start. In August, if you want coming for fall semester, June 1st is the application deadline, and classes start in August, on August 18th. So the rest is online, the address I have given you. If you are coming to Forte State University with any certain standard proficiency testing, such as TOEFL or IELTS, that is a British set test, the acceptance for Forte State University undergraduates is for TOEFL is 61, for graduate school is 79, and the IELTS is 5.5 for undergraduate and 6.5 for graduate students. So these are the language requirements. There are some other means of being accepted at Forte State University, which are all online. You can check it out on ESL website or on the website that we have for international office that Karen is a part of. Karen, I don't know whether you have given them your address where they can get it.
Yeah, you can go to our web address. Mayron has mentioned it, www.fhsu.edu. And if you type in international students or international admission, the website will pop up with all of the details of the documents that we will need for your admission to Fort Hays.
If you have got any questions regarding the application forms, definitely if you're graduate students, you can be directly in touch with graduate school, and I'm going to mention the name of the lady over there who takes care of graduate applications. Her name is Linda Garner, LGARNER@fhsu.edu. You can email her to get if you have difficulty filling out application. She's a pretty helpful lady. She can help you out. Mostly graduate students' question is, what application should we fill? ESL application if we haven't had any kind of passing score, or graduate application. That goes to graduate school. Graduate application would be enough. You don't have to pay twice. Once would be enough. And when you are getting conditional acceptance by Forte State University, after you fulfill the requirements, then we will write a letter to the graduate school, and then you are going to be accepted into that program fully. That depends on what your language proficiency is when you apply to Forte State University. These are the things that I would like to say. One more thing I would like to mention is this is a small school. Class sizes are not big. I am now teaching a classroom with 5 students. At the same time, the maximum classroom capacity that we have here at Forte usually in the springtime is a bit lower than the fall, since the students usually come in fall semester more than in the middle of the year. I have the maximum, I have a class of 22 and the minimum of 5, and one class in one level is 4. So classroom size talks about the closeness of faculty and the students. So you will feel free to contact your teachers and be involved in any other sort of activities. I can tell you this, one student called me the other day, he needed to find a mechanic for his car, and since I'm here local, been here for the last 7 years, so I know the mechanic. So you feel that not only my office, international office, they are here to help you. It's a family-built organization and establishment. We really feel that you need care being away from your parents and your country in a new culture, and we are ready to help you fully. I look forward to seeing you on our campus. It's a beautiful campus. It's sunny now, and waiting for your arrival. Thank you.
Ron has talked a bit about the beauty of our campus, and I will let our gals kind of tell you a little bit about how they feel about the beauty of campus, and maybe one thing that was surprising to them or they recognized when they first got here.
Okay. The most surprising thing that I've seen on campus was like I can see the squirrel running around me. You know, like I mean, when I was in Korea, I never had a chance to see the real squirrel unless I go to mountain or something. But like here, you just live with nature. You know, so I think that's the most impressive thing that I have about campus. Yeah.
I think Sanjay just mentioned the most impressive thing I have ever experienced too. And also I want to mention is the people here, and it's a small town, but it's not, the people's heart is really big, and especially for the international students. And so whenever I go, and then I always have people and help me out. So if I need a direction, or I always can get help from somebody else, from a local. So especially on campus, and the faculty and the staff are very supportive too. So so I feel very blessed when I had a difficulty or some hard time with my study, and then the professors and is willing to help out, and it's open door, kind of open door policy. I can stop by his or her office and to talk with them about my strugglings or either the language or some concept that's hard for me to understand or need more explanation, and they are really willing to help out. And I just want to encourage you, and if you're here studying, and just step forward and communicate more with your professors, and let them know what your need, and be brave and be outgoing. Because I'm from China, and I know how the culture is, and we're seems like we're not want to going out to talk to people, and then we keep things inside. But I do encourage you. And if you're here, and it's a great opportunity to practice English and make friends on campus, and that's it, I think.
Great. Yeah, we do want you to encourage you to make friends on campus and practice your English. Americans are very friendly, and they want to speak with you in English. I think many international students feel like their language is not good enough. And I always tell students, my English is not perfect. I don't expect theirs to be. And so we just enjoy helping them practice their English, because that's the only way you will get better, right, Mayron?
Absolutely.
Is if you practice. So,
Absolutely.
and we are very, our campus is very encouraging and supportive, as we've talked about. Your professors will want to talk with you and will expect you to talk in class. I think that is something that is very different for a lot of international students from their home countries. They're not used to talking out in class, or maybe even questioning what the professor is saying. Here in the United States, that's very common and is expected of you as a student in the classroom. So like Grace said, you need to be brave and step out of your comfort zone and talk in class and talk to your professor. Even even Americans are sometimes afraid to talk in class. So everyone is feeling shy, but you just need to be brave and answer questions. You will also be encouraged in your classes to group up with others and to work on projects together so that you're working in a group on a project instead of doing something individually.
Let me just say something that happened to me yesterday. In our program, in English as a second language, the program is in 8 weeks period. So this week, today and tomorrow is our final exam day. So students yesterday had a class. I teach myself at the same time. People say, hey, you're administrator, you're administration. Why are you teach? Here administrators teach, administrators do lots of things. And we teach as well. So there is no difference between administrators and the teachers. So I was teaching, and I have got 3 students from Saudi Arabia in that class. I grouped the students together to do review, and I told them the ones who know more than the others can help out. I don't care what language you speak in that hour, because there are maybe some grammatical problems one student didn't understand. We don't know any other languages. So I do know, but I don't know their languages. So they sat together. I put Koreans and Chinese together, Saudis, they wanted to work together, they sat together. One Saudi came to me and said, teacher, can I do something? I said, yes, what do you want to do? Can we sit on the floor and study rather than use our chairs? I said, so you want me to bring you some pillows too? No, I didn't say that. But they sat on the floor and they really got involved. They asked each other questions. And when I said that, they all spoke English. See, I expected them that they change into Arabic, but they tried to speak English with each other. That made me very happy. I joined the group. My pants was a bit tight. I wasn't able to sit on the floor, but I bent down and I noticed these students are doing a very good job. And I just want to know how we treat our students in the classroom. They even want to sit down on the floor and do the job. They do it, and they are doing it. Just want to have an example.
Another example, the weather was very warm this week, and some of the instructors took their classes outside so they could learn in the sunshine and they could see the squirrels as they were learning. And so instructors here are very creative, and they find ways to engage their students in learning, and they try to make it fun as well. They try to make it fun. One thing that we want to encourage you to do is get involved and have some fun while you're here studying. And so there are several different opportunities for you to become involved outside of your coursework. Mayron, I will let him talk about the programs and the activities that the ESL department offers for their students.
Oh, yes. Actually, last week we took about nearly 55 to 60 students with 3 different vehicles to Hill City, which is a city about an hour away from Hayes. And we had a local meal. The father of my assistant and the mother, they made wonderful food. And we enjoyed, the students really enjoyed. They made presentations in different groups next to American students. One said they were in the elementary school, grade school, and one said were in high school. Different. They talk about their food. They talk about they wore their local dresses, Chinese dress. They wore the Chinese dresses. They talk about Saudi Arabia, the food they have there. I had 2 students. One lady from Saudi Arabia. She had her own clothes with cover hair, and she just did a perfect job next to grade schools. And grade school, the little kids got involved and raised their hands and they asked questions, and my students answered. It was just fun. That was just one of them. We have got other activities that we do. Once we took the students to this, we have bowling alley here. We took the students one weekend they played bowling. Then we had golf, mini golf. We took them, when the weather is good, we took them there. We have Fort Hayes. We took them to, that's a historical site. We try to, the things we do, it goes parallel with the Office of International Students. They have got their activities, sometimes we mix it together, sometimes they do it, sometimes we do it. So to be honest with you, we'll never get bored.
Yes, yes, we do not want you to get bored. Like Mayron said, our office will plan some activities. We like to introduce international students to American cultural activities. Some of those Mayron mentioned, the miniature golf, bowling.
Yeah.
We've also create activities around some of the holidays that we celebrate here in the United States. During Halloween, we took students to a local pumpkin patch and they were able to pick out pumpkins, go through a corn maze, drink some apple cider, and experience some of the activities that happened during Halloween. I know the ESL program
Yes.
had the students carving the
Oh,
Halloween
yes,
pumpkins.
you did that.
And so we want you to learn about the American culture and some of the customs here. We also during Thanksgiving time talk about the American holiday of Thanksgiving. We've also in the past offered a traditional Thanksgiving meal for international students to try. And students like to eat the Thanksgiving turkey and the mashed potatoes and the gravy and try some of those items. So we do want you to have fun. We don't want you to study all the time. You will be studying hard, but you do need to take a break so that you can enjoy your time here in the United States. Our community also offers activities for international students. We have a Community Connections program, and I know both of these girls have participated in Community Connections. Would you guys like to share a little bit about that program?
Do you want to go first?
Oh, sure. Okay. I remember one of the community connection activity that has it was beginning of fall semester actually, and we went to the farm, with the tree farm, and like that was really beautiful place with like so many like flowers and food and things like that, and all the international students got together and they like hang out together in there and they eat together. So like it was really cool, and also American, like some of American came to like, have conversation with international students and things like that. So it was a cool experience to get to know people from community and also international student on campus.
Yeah, I think it's a really good experience, as Sanjay mentioned about it's you're gonna know a lot of people there, and lots of good cool activities, and I never had the experience in China. So as Kara mentioned about, and I know the goal is to have academic achievements, and you need to be successful in the academic area. That's really the really important thing. And we need to balance our life, and we're gonna have a homesick, and it's very common. And I've been there. I was there first year of when I was first year came over here. I felt I'm so lonely, I'm so isolated, because I was thinking I need to learn English. I need the most important thing for me is to study well and learn English, and also learn American culture, experience from American culture. So I put me in a very stressful situation. And then the second year, and I started to learn and how to balance my life, and I got highly involved in community connection, the activity, and also I try to help, and I work with the other like staff, and then we do the decoration, and we do lots of activity to make the students engaged. You really feel like you're in a family. So I encourage you to get to know people and to participate in the community connection. It's really cool events.
I was looking at Cindy here, and I'd like to say a couple of words about the City Hayes. Cindy has come from one of our high schools in Hayes, TMP, am I right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Cambridge.
The point is, the education system in this city, even from high school, we have got good high school, and maybe some students you are watching us that's still in the middle of high school, you want to do your high school in the United States. We've got two wonderful high schools here that we can enjoy. Cindy has come from one of them, and he's doing a perfect job. So we have good high schools too at the same time, and not high school, we have a wonderful health center, a good hospital,
Mhm.
So health-wise, you want to talk about the big hospital that we have and those specialists we have in Hayes?
Sure. On our campus, we have a student health center that is available for students to go to when they do not feel well. It is open Monday through Friday when the university is in session or when classes are on campus. And there is a doctor there every day who can see students. There are also several nurses who see students. They can give you medicine and they can make you feel better. A lot of times students come and the food is much different in America than it is in your home country. And so maybe your tummy hurts because you've been eating some food that you're not familiar with. You can get medicine at the student health center. And they're very friendly and they're very nice. They offer a translation service. So if your English is not very good, they can bring in a translation phone and you can visit through the phone with someone who speaks your language, and then they will translate that back into English, and so you and the nurse or the doctor can talk about how you're not feeling well. They also have a big chart in each of the exam rooms that has several symptoms and is explained in different languages so that if your tummy hurts, you can point to the tummy and you can read in your language some of the different symptoms that you may be experiencing. So we want all students to use the health center, even if your English, you're in ESL and you're learning, we still want you to go and to get the help that you need. Then if you're not feeling well and the student health center is closed, we do have a hospital that is very close. So we have a first care clinic, and so we want you to feel better when you're not feeling well. We do require international students to have health insurance. In the United States, healthcare is very expensive, and so it's important that you purchase some United States healthcare that can help pay for the cost if you do have to go to the student health center or the hospital or to get medicine. We also offer a program, I know Grace talked about being homesick a little bit. We offer a program called Friendship Family, where we match you with a community member or a community family, and you become friends with them. And I believe Grace was also a participant in the Friendship Family program, and so I might have her talk a little bit about that and how maybe that helped her work through some of her homesickness.
Before you start, you want to talk about?
Oh, yes, and we did welcome another staff member at Fort Hays to our group. This is Carol Sobel-Olive, and she is the Director of International Student Services. Welcome,
morning.
Carol.
Thank you.
Carol was teaching, so like Mayron talked about, everyone at the university wears many different hats.
Yes.
And so Carol works with international students. She also teaches a couple classes, and she was teaching our international seminar class, which after we hear from Grace, then we can talk about that.
So Friendship Family program is a wonderful program. When I was a student, I was benefit, I think it's very beneficial. And then after I graduated and I became a staff member here, and then one day I heard, oh, there's going to be a meeting in a student union, and so we can sign up for friendship, program. So I told my husband, why not we can do friendship, family, and hosting some students, international students here. So then, and then we went to the meeting, we met with the students, and so my husband is from South Korea, so we need to speak English. So that's really works perfectly, and then we matched with some Chinese students. So our role is speak English all together, even though we can, I can speak Mandarin and speak Chinese. So, so it went really well, and we met every month, and we have some event. We can take them to Junction City. There is a Korean town, Korean restaurant, and we also went to the chocolate factory, and also host some dinners and karaoke party together in my house. So we had fun time. So, and also when they went back to China, or when they were in China, we still contact with each other, and they will tell me, email me, and tell me what's going on in their lives. So we have very good relationship, friendship.
Thank you, Grace.
Okay. Well, welcome. Again, I apologize for being late to our session today. But as Karen mentioned, I was teaching an international seminar class, which we offer to all new international students. It is an 8-week course that helps students acculturate into the United States education system, as well as Hays and to Kansas. And the great thing about the course is, as an international student, it's free. So it's a great opportunity for us to spend 8 weeks really breaking down services that Fort Hays has to offer international students, helping students navigate the difference between the American education system and maybe an education system that the students are coming from. Because for a lot of students, that is a big challenge to figure out how much reading do I need to do. The teacher expects me to talk. I don't feel comfortable talking. So we really work through all of those different scenarios that international students may experience. We know when students come, we also hold an orientation, but it's a lot of information in a short period of time when students may be a little tired from travel. They may be very excited to be in a new place. So the international seminar class really reinforces the information that we talk about in the program, and then also it allows the students to feel comfortable with giving presentations, doing research, and things like that. We provide all the materials. So again, for international students, the only commitment they really need to make is their time. And we really feel like it's 8 weeks, 2 class periods a week is not a lot of time commitment for something that hopefully will be beneficial for the students throughout their academic career at Fort Hays. So I think one of the questions was about homestay. So maybe you can talk about your experience with a homestay.
Okay. Okay, so I came to the United States as a high school student at first, and in the first year I had amazing host family in Stockton, but like after that year I switched my school to TMP, and that time I lived in a dorm, and then I came to Fort Hays and I got to live with host family in United States. I mean in Hays, and I'm still living with them, and it's like and actually we call that house as an international house because we have 6 international students, including me. So 2 students from Saudi Arabia, 2 students from China, and 1 student from Kenya, and me. So like we always have dinner together during the week, and we talk about our different cultures and food and our life, and we just like family, like we just create the atmosphere like family, and we do the activities like for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that. We celebrate as a family. So it is really neat experience, and you got to learn a lot about how you interact with different cultures. And yeah, I mean, like, it's not just learning about culture superficially, it's learning the deep inside of the culture. So I think it's a really cool experience. Yeah.
There are not, unfortunately, a lot of host family opportunities. I think we have a couple of families who offer host or homestays, and that's the reason why the Friendship Family Program is a good alternative to a homestay program, because it still allows international students to have some of those experiences with American holidays and interacting with an American family. They're just not living with the family. So again, the 2 programs kind of complement each other, just because we're somewhat limited with the number of host families who do homestays. So.
And I also think that Friendship Family is a really good program, because I mean, like, if you want to live with host family, you need to like devote yourself, like your time, and like being involved in activity and things like that. That's how you get benefit from it. But if you're too busy with school or whatever, I think Friendship Family is a really good opportunity for you to also involve in American culture and activity.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
This city has got the magnifying power. It just magnifies, and I came here to teach for a year, but now I'm here for 7 years. That lady came to being in a high school, now he's continuing. This lady came from China to be here, she got a student, and then he got a job, he stayed, he got married, he got a kid. So I think when you come here, you should think of staying here for good.
Yeah, we do find that students will come and they may think their time is only going to be devoted to their academic time, but they fall in love with the friendliness of the community, the small atmosphere. If they want to go to the city, they can certainly visit the city and then come back, and they appreciate, I think, the quiet and the comfort that they have here in Hayes. And so, as Mayron said, typically maybe a student who only planned to be here 2 years may go on to get a master's degree. They may go on to work at the university or someplace in Hayes or in Kansas, because they fall in love with the area.
And with the person to get married with.
Yeah, well,
You never
yes.
know. Not to meet someone.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, do you want to talk about the zoo? We have a zoo very close by.
Actually, yes, we have a couple of zoos. One of them is in a town that's probably about an hour from Hayes. It's called Great Bend. And they have a small family-friendly zoo that it's free, and it has elephants and orangutans and things that you would typically see in a larger zoo, but on a smaller scale. And then probably an hour and a half from Hayes in Salina is what we call Rolling Hills Refuge, a much larger outdoor zoo where the animals kind of run in nature. And there is a cost to go to that zoo, or it is a zoo. But students like it because they can be close to the animals, or they don't have to be close to the animals. So it's a nice outdoor facility. Typically you would want to watch the weather, but on nice spring days or summer days, it's a great place to go to and spend an afternoon or a morning. Oftentimes the international office may plan a day trip to one of the area attractions like Rolling Hills Zoo, and we'll drive down, we'll go to the zoo, we'll go into Salina, maybe do some shopping, eat, and then come back. Because we know that oftentimes students may not have transportation, they may not have a car or a driver's license, and so we like to provide some excursions like that to get students out of Hayes and to experience the local attractions of Kansas.
Did anybody talk about Tiger Transport?
Mhm,
Did you?
briefly, yep.
Okay.
Yes, again, as we talked about earlier, we have a transportation system, a van service that will take students through the city of Hayes 3 days a week when school is in session. And then if students stay during the summer, and several do stay in Hayes during the summer, the van service will run 1 day a week. And you can take that to the mall, to our movie theater, to Walmart, so that you can get all the supplies that you need. We also have a downtown area of Hayes that has some shopping and restaurants that you can walk to from campus. And so on nice days, students will do that, and they will go downtown to eat or to shop, or even to visit the library there.
They've got everything.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it was mentioned, but there recently was an Asian market that was
Oh, yes.
opened that is very close to campus, within walking distance. And so I know a lot of the students will go and buy vegetables and different spices and things to cook. So previously students would have to travel to purchase those things, but now, again, actually I think there may be 2 small Asian markets or opportunities to purchase items to cook. A lot of students will also use the internet if they want to do shopping. Maybe it's something they can't find here in Hayes. The internet is very convenient. Actually, the whole campus is wireless, So a student can sit in our grassy lawn area and work on homework if they want to, and have access to the internet any place they go to. So that's another benefit for students, because we know that they will be doing a lot of coursework, but we also know students want to keep in touch with their families. And what better way to show your family the campus than to be able to take your computer and walk around campus and show your family, I take classes in this building, these are my teachers. It's a really way to make a personal touch and let your family know what you're doing while you are here at Fort Hays.
I do think it's important to say that Hays does have 4 seasons, and so the weather can change very dramatically. Right now, we are transitioning from winter, which there has been a lot of snow and very cold temperatures for the last couple of months, to spring, where it will be warm and the trees will start to turn and flowers will start to bloom. It will be mild, and then this summer it will be very warm and hot, and it can get very windy in Hays. And then we will have fall, or it will cool down again, and then we'll go back to snow. So if you like to experience lots of different temperatures and weather environments, Hays is a great place because the weather is always changing here. But it is very beautiful. Many students have never seen snow, and so they're very excited when we have our first snowfall, so that they can go and throw a snowball at their friend or build a snowman or just lay down in it and have fun and take pictures and send them back to their family and friends.
Well, we love you. We look forward to seeing you on campus, and we can enjoy our conversation. We learn from you and you learn from us. Don't ever forget that we are here for you. You are not here for us.
We thank you for taking time out of your morning or your evening to watch us today and to learn more about our campus and our community. There are a couple other videos that we have created, so we would encourage you to go and to watch those, because we do talk about some different topics in all the videos, so you can learn all about our campus and community. We also encourage you to visit our website, www.fhsu.edu. You'll find our contact information on there. Please send us an email. We want to answer any questions that you might have, and we look forward to welcoming you to our campus.
Thank you.
Thank you.